Hi and welcome to Scrapbook Drama, where we like our pages layered just like we like our dramas.
Hi everyone, and welcome to the ongoing The Eternal Love scrapbook video series. In this episode, I'm going to be working on a spread from images from the episode where there's that scene where Princess Qing Yun visits our couple, and Mo Lian Cheng asks Xiao Tan to pretend to be in love so that Qing Yun can kind of get the hint and skedaddle away. So I have some pieces of dialogue and some images, and I'm going to use the sort of costuming and imagery in this scene as my inspiration. So I love this costume. I mentioned it in the previous video. The costume that Mo Lian Cheng wears, the purple one with the yellow embroidery. So that's mainly my inspiration, but also the yellow of the costume that Xiao Tan wears as well. So I'm using this paper as sort of border embellishment. The background of the page is going to be this purple color. There's a little bit of a sparkle in it. I don't know if that can be seen. And then the yellow also for accent. And then this other purple color, the scrap paper, for some embellishments. And then of course I have cut out the dialogue. This one's my favorite, where he says, "I'm very in love with my wife. My heart has no room for anyone else." And I know he's kind of pretending in some ways, but I don't know. I feel like deep down he really, really means this. And then of course there's this dialogue, which I'll read later, where they're being kind of funny. So, okay, so when I come back, I'll have all the pieces cut out. Okay, so now I've cut out all of the pieces that I need, and I'm going to assemble them. Okay, so this is what the page looks like. I'm actually going to flip it this way, and this is going to go here, like so, and the piece of dialogue will go down here. Like this, or maybe down here. I haven't decided. And then this will go here with the dialogue here. Okay. And then I'm thinking of some sort of embellishments, but I haven't decided yet.
I thought it might be interesting to show my thought process here instead of just speeding through, actually. So I was thinking of putting it at a slight offset here and putting the dialogue on top of the border just to be a little bit different, but also the offset would give room on the right for a little bit of an embellishment. So here I run out of tape, so then I stop. So once the cartridge was refilled, I went ahead and applied the glue to the back of the picture. And as I mentioned, I put it offset to the page, and you can't tell here, but it's not all the way up to the top of the page. There you can see some of the yellow at the top there as well. And then as far as this dialogue ribbon, typically I like to leave a little bit of room between the picture and the dialogue ribbon, but in this case, because I am putting, for example, you can see here the picture is on top of the yellow ribbon at the top, I wanted to echo that here as well, which is why I'm putting the ribbon on top of the border for the picture. And I think that has a certain symmetry to the overall look of the page. And because I left room at the right of the page for some sort of embellishment, when I'm thinking about the layout for the bottom of the page, I have to think about where I'm going to put an embellishment there. So here, as I'm thinking about where I'm going to place this, I think, okay, then I need to move these images a little bit more towards the center, because I will place an embellishment probably towards the top left there. So that's why I'm playing around with the placement there. And then as far as the dialogue there, then strategically or aesthetically, I suppose, the third embellishment would go towards the bottom of this piece of dialogue, or I don't know what to call it, this dialogue frame, this framed dialogue, towards the middle of it and at the bottom. So I have to leave room there at the bottom for it. So that's why it's more closely aligned to the top of the page. So that's my decision-making process for this page.
Okay, so I have finished putting together the spread. So I decided to kind of do this at an angle this way in order to make room for some embellishment of flowers, because I really like, I don't know if it's visible, the flowers that are on Mo Lian Cheng's robes. So I wanted to kind of bring that motif. I don't have specifically these yellow flowers, but I thought maybe some purple flowers would do. So that's what I'm going to use. I don't know if you guys can hear the owl that we have in our tree right by my window right here. But in any case, I have this flower here that I wanted to use. So I'm just going to add that right here. And then on this bottom page, I'm going to add this down here. And then this flower, I'm going to add right here. And that's it. This is the spread. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it. I just love the colors. As I said, this is my favorite robe that Mo Lian Cheng wears. And I didn't show a spread that I made before this one just because it's not really anything to brag about. I just really like this scene where Xiao Tan, I don't know if you can see, this is the scene where Xiao Tan spills ink on the two concubines, and as a result, Lian Cheng makes them write the household rules, but it's really a ruse to get him to see their handwriting. So anyway, I just wanted to represent that in the scrapbook, but it's not anything fancy, so I didn't show it. But this is something that I'm more proud of, I guess. And as far as the dialogue, oops, is this a pen mark? Oh, yes, let's get rid of that. There. The funny dialogue, this is where Lian Cheng says, "Beloved, you were very mischievous yesterday." And Xiao Tan says, "Huh?" And then she picks up on what he's trying to say and says, Your Highness, Princess Qing Yun is still here. And he's like, "That's all right. I'm talking with the one I like. Whoever is willing to listen, let them listen all they want." And of course, Qing Yun is like, and just leaves. And then meanwhile, Xiao Tan has her hand up against his chest and she's thinking, wow, I didn't imagine he'd have such a good body. And he's like, "Are you done touching me?" I just think that's hilarious. Anyways, so again, I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you in the next video. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and make a comment below if you have any questions or comments. Thanks!